Hello everybody and welcome to my top 5 favorite Harley Quinn outfits. Before this video gets started, I want to say that this is just my opinion. I don't think that these are the best ones for everybody. I'm not telling you that these are the ones that you need to like. This is just my opinion. I would love for you guys to leave your opinion down in the comment section with your top 5 favorite Harley Quinn costumes. Number 5 is the new 52 outfit. This outfit took Harley to a whole different level. In October of 2011, the video game Arkham City was released, and in that game, it was a whole new take on Harley because in Arkham Asylum, you can kind of still see hints of her old clown days, but in Arkham City, that kind of reimagined her, along with the new 52 in September of 2011. So you could tell in the later half of 2011 that they are trying to reinvent Harley Quinn for the future. They were making her into more of a grunge, hot topic shopping Harley Quinn than a clown girlfriend of the Joker. This is one of my favorite costumes because it reinvented Harley. Like I said, it took her on a whole new level. It wasn't Joker and Harley, it was now just Harley. She was by herself, and this was like the first place where she kind of became her own character and developed her own style and became her own person for the DC universe. Number 4 on the list is the new 52 Volume 2 Harley Quinn costume. Number 5 was the first new 52 costume, and then it was the roller derby costume, which is number 4. This came out in January 2014 with her own comic book. This comic shows Harley as a roller derby enthusiast, and you could totally see that in the new costume, and it's very fun because it has roller skates and shoulder pads and a bunch of different things that are not really what you would expect from a character villain like this, but it is something that you would totally expect out of Harley and where writers want to take her. And the comic itself is very good, and that is probably why I really like this costume. And if you have not read it, it is a great place to start if you're just getting into Harley, or if you've loved Harley for a long time and you want to start reading a comic book that you have never read with her in it before. Number 3 is the Arkham Knight costume, which is very, very, very cool. It was tied for like number 1 on my list for a little while, but then I narrowed it down. But it is really cool because it takes inspiration from Arkham Asylum, the video game, and it also takes inspiration from the new 52 Harley, because in Arkham Asylum she had a white tutu and more like a nurse outfit, but here it was like that, but more new 52 style with the dark navy blue, and like just the whole outfit was different but the same. The Arkham games gave the whole Bat universe a whole new look, and that included Harley, because in Arkham Knight especially, which is the costume that I'm talking about right now, Arkham Knight went for a more high-tech Batman with the high-tech Batmobile and the high-tech Batsuit, and you could see that totally in Harley's outfit, but more like with no technology. You could totally see how it kind of like complemented Batman's suit and how it complemented everybody else's costumes and outfits, but it stayed grounded kind of with Harley because, you know, she has no technology on her costume. And the Arkham Knight video game was one of my favorites ever, so this is probably why this costume is number 3 on the list. Number 2, the original costume. This costume made everybody love Harley. She wouldn't be here with us today if nobody liked her in the original series, so you could tell everybody liked her costume. This was just a costume that complemented Joker in the animated series very well. Joker was such a clown in that series that Harley had to be kind of like a clown, and I guess they wanted to use a Jester card and a Joker card and it would kind of look good together, so they made Harley and they gave her the Jester costume, which looks just like a Jester, but they gave like a whole new twist for Harley Quinn. You know, they made it red and black for Harley. The costume was weird, crazy, and fun, just like Harley was in the animated series, so it was a great way to kind of show her personality in what she wore. And even if she isn't crazy or wild or weird or any of those things in these new series like Injustice, where she is more grounded, or her new comic book where she is more of an anti-hero and she's kind of got grounded from the Joker and she knows that he's bad, even though like she's not that anymore. She was that in the animated series, so it was really cool to see a weird, crazy costume to complement her whole demeanor. Now, number 1 for the list, this is a very important costume in Harley Quinn's whole existence. This is probably the most important. This is the Suicide Squad costume. Now, this one was going to be her first live action costume ever, so they had to do it right, and they did it right, and that is why it's number 1 on my list. I love the way that they use a bat instead of the mallet, and I love the way that they used the shorts and the shirt instead of the whole jester outfit, because we saw the jester outfit, of course, in the movie in that little brief second, and I do not think that it would have gone well with Will Smith's Deadshot or, Jai Courtney's Captain Boomerang. They really kind of grounded it, even though Suicide Squad was very crazy and not grounded and very magical. But it was still amazing. They used a bunch of things from the New 52, but they also took hints from like the Arkham Asylum game, and they also kind of took hints from the original. You can kind of see it if you really pay attention in the colors and the way it reflects her personality. But like, that's really it for the old costume. They did take a lot from the newer costumes, and I have no problem with that. I love the newer costumes. I love what Harley is in the newer generation. I don't like how she was tied to the Joker in the older days. I like how she's more independent now, and she has, Catwoman and Poison Ivy as Gotham City Sirens, and she's more of her own independent character in her solo series. And this costume represents herself as a solo person instead of hanging out with the Joker. It kind of like, if you see an older costume, you're going to associate that with the Joker, but if you see a newer costume, you're going to associate that with her by herself. And I really want to see Harley by herself in the movie. We saw her in Joker, in Suicide Squad, in the flashbacks, and I think flashbacks might be okay in the next one, but we got enough flashbacks, I think, with the Joker and Harley in Suicide Squad, so I would really like to see more of her character develop with the Suicide Squad and her take on Gotham by herself. And that is why it has the #1 spot on this list. They did it perfectly. They nailed it. And let me know what you guys think down in the comment section of my list. And let me know what your top 5 favorite Harley Quinn costumes are. Surprisingly, there are not a lot. You would think there's a lot, but there's like a total of like 10 or 13 or something like that. I don't know. And it was hard for me to choose because I do like other ones, like the Harley Quinn's little outfit. I was thinking about putting her doctor uniform on here for some reason, and then the Injustice one, that's pretty cool too. And a bunch of different ones. It was hard for me to choose this list, so let me know what you guys think in the comments, and leave a like if you agree with me, and leave a like even if you don't, because I will be making a lot of videos, and subscribe because, just like I said, I will be making a lot of videos soon, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.